Good day everyone, this is Sherin Kura, and for our next topic, we will be discussing about OGIVE. So what is OGIVE? OGIVE is a line graph that displays the cumulative frequency of each class at its upper or lower class boundary. So this is a kind of graph or a line graph, and when we say cumulative frequency, it means yung mga previous data ay nakatotal na. So another is, it can be used to determine the number of data values that lie above or below a particular value in a data set. So it is best used if you want to display the total frequency at any given time. So mas mabilis natin mabibilang. So kapag ang graph natin ay OGIVE, hindi na natin kailangan mag-total dito. Why? Because yung data na ipepresent natin is already cumulative frequency. So again, when we say cumulative frequency, nakatotal na yung mga previous data. So we have two different types of OGIVE. We have the less than cumulative frequency and the more than cumulative frequency. So ano nga ba yung difference ng dalawang ito? So later, magpapakita ko sa inyo ng graph para mas maintindihan natin. Okay, so the less than cumulative frequency can be obtained by copying the first frequency and adding each succeeding frequencies to the less than cumulative frequency value to the last value. And the more than cumulative frequency starts with the total frequency. The succeeding values can be obtained by subtracting the total frequency to the frequency of each class as shown in the table below. So, ang less than cumulative frequency is you will be adding, and pag more than cumulative frequency naman, you will be subtracting. So, pag less than cumulative frequency, we will be using the upper class boundary. At pag more than cumulative frequency naman, ang gagamitin naman po natin ay ang lower boundary. So, yun po yung difference ng dalawang type of OGIVE. So, I have here the frequency distribution of the amount spent on groceries during the 60 days enhanced quarantine. So, ito po yung mga amount in pesos na nagastos ng isang pamilya sa loob ng 60 days enhanced quarantine. And ito naman, yung bilang ng araw kung saan ito po yung nagastos nila. Halimbawa, sa loob ng 5 araw, ang nagastos nila ay inabot ng 215 to 219. Dito naman, 9 days po sila na ang nagastos nila ay inabot ng 225 to 229. So, yun po yung ibig sabihin ng data na to. Ito po yung days, since 60 days siya, therefore, ang total po ng N natin ay 60. So, dapat 60 po ito kasi 60 days po yung enhanced community quarantine. Therefore, our frequency here is referring to the number of days. So, let us check. 5 plus 7 is equals to 12. 12 plus 9, that is 21. And plus 8, that is 29. Plus 16, that is 45. Plus 10, that is 55. And plus 5, that is 60. So, this is the frequency for each amount. So, ang total po ay 60 since frequency is referring to the 60 days ECQ. So, now, let us get the class boundary. So, when we are getting the class boundaries, we will be subtracting the lower limit. So, magsusubtract po tayo dito ng 0.5 sa lower limit and mag-a-add naman tayo ng 0.5 sa upper limit. So, dito sa lower limit, magma-minus tayo ng 0.5. So, that is 214.5. And dito naman sa upper limit, mag-a-add tayo ng 0.5. So, that is 219.5. So, yun po yung class boundary. So, we have 214.5 to 219.5 as our class boundary. So, ganun din po yung iba. So when we are getting the class boundaries, you just have to subtract 0.5 from your lower limit and 0.5 from your upper limit. Now, let's proceed. How do we get the less than cumulative frequency? So, ito po yung symbol. Okay, so we need to have this para makapag-graph po tayo. Okay, so how do we get the less than cumulative frequency? First, sabi ko nga kanina, kapag less than, we are adding. So, ang starting natin dito is 5. Pag less than, adding, and pag more than, subtracting. So, yun po ang tatandaan natin. So, dito, mag-start tayo sa kung ano yung frequency mo dito. Halimbawa, this is 15. So, 15 po yung start mo. Halimbawa, this is 10, and then 10 yung start mo. Another example, this is 24. So, 24 ang start mo. Okay, so mag-start tayo sa kung ano yung first frequency mo. And then after that, i-add natin si 5 doon sa next frequency. So that is 7 plus 5. So that is 12. Now, gawin po ulit. So 12 naman, i-add mo sa 9. Kaya magpa-plus 9 tayo. 5, in-add mo sa 7. Yung nakuha mong sum, i-add mo naman ngayon dun sa susunod. So 12 plus 9, that is 21. 21, i-add sa 8. So that is 21 plus 8 is equals to 29. And then 16 plus 29 is equals to 45. And then 45 plus 10 is equals to 55. And then 55, i-add mo sa 5. So that is 60. Okay, so how will you check if your less than cumulative is correct? So, dapat ang end mo dito is magtatali dun sa data. So, dahil nag-end siya sa 60 at nagtali siya dun sa ating data which is 60, it means this is correct. Now, let's do the graph. So, in graphing your data or frequency distribution table using OGIVE, we have here on the left side o yung ating vertical axis which is our cumulative frequency. And then sa ating horizontal line which is yung x-axis, so sabi ko nga kanina, pag less than cumulative frequency, ang gagamitin natin ay yung upper boundary. So ito po yung upper class boundary natin. So ayan po yung gagamitin natin. Again, pag less than cumulative frequency, ang gagamitin natin dito na category, dito sa horizontal line x-axis ay yung upper class boundary. Pag more than naman, yung lower class boundary. So, dapat alam natin kung ano yung ilalagay natin sa vertical axis at sa horizontal axis. So, dito nag-start ako sa 214.5 kasi yan po yung ating magsisilbing 0. So, now lagay po natin lahat ng ating upper class boundaries. So, we have 214.5, 219.5, 224.5, 229.5, 234.5, 239.5, and so on. Okay, so for 214.5, so that is 5. So, tapat natin siya sa 5. So, for 224.5, that is 12. 229.5, we have 21. For 234.5, we have 29. For 239.5, that is 45. For 244.5, that is 55. And for 249.5, that is 60. And then what's next? So, i-connect po natin yung ating point. So, ito po siya. Kasi nga po, OGIVE is a line graph. So, this is a line graph pero ginagamitan po siya ng cumulative property. So, what have you noticed sa graph ng less than cumulative frequency? So, paano nga ba malalaman kung less than or more than cumulative frequency? So, kapag po ang line graph natin ay increasing, then that is less than type OGIVE. So, since ang line graph natin ay increasing or pataas, ibig sabihin, This is a less than type ogive. So next is more than cumulative frequency, same data, kagaya kanina. So our N is still 60 days. Now how are you going to graph more than cumulative frequency? So this time we will be getting the more than cumulative frequency. So kanina sa less than, ang ginawa natin, yung first data natin, dito, inadd natin sa mga susunod, right? So kapag more than naman po, baliktad. Magsisimula po tayo sa total since ang total number is 60. Doon po tayo mag-i-start. Kung sa less than cumulative frequency, nag-add tayo, dito sa more than cumulative frequency, magsusubtract naman po tayo. So 60, i-minus natin sa 5. So that is 55. So kanina, inadd natin kung ano yung data natin dito. Inadd sa mga susunod. So dito, start tayo sa total. Then, i-minus natin yung frequency. So 60 minus 5, ilalagay po natin dito yung sagot. So that is 55. Then, i-minus natin sa 7, 55 minus 7, then the answer is 48. Then, i-minus yung 48 sa 9. So, 48 minus 9, that is 39. 39 minus 8, that is 31. And then, 31 minus 16, that is 15. 15 minus 10, that is 5. Make sure na kung ano po yung nandito, ayun din po yung magiging end natin. Dapat magtatali sa kung ano yung last frequency mo. Now let us graph. So this time, pag more than cumulative frequency, ang gagamitin natin ay ang lower class boundary. So let's do the graph. So for 214.5, our more than cumulative frequency is 60. For 219.5, we have 55. For 224.5, that is 48. For 229.5, we have 39. For 234.5, we have 31. For 239.5, we have 15. For 244.5, we have 5. And of course, this is 0. Now let's do the line graph. So this is how we graph the more than cumulative frequency. Okay, so what have you noticed? As you can see, kapag more than cumulative frequency, ang line graph natin ay decreasing. Pag less than cumulative frequency, increasing. At pag more than cumulative frequency, this decreasing. So this is another type of ogive.